amazing Staar review. It has new problems and the back of it does not disappoint. We are about to have FUN, fun. So let's get rocking and rolling. Let me record this or I will be talking for nothing. Okay, so we are recording. Now then, I am not going to do the top problems for you. We're gonna do 21, 22, and some of the bottom ones. Okay, so let's look at 21 and 22. That top row you should be able to do. We've done it. Those problems are not going to stop all the way till Christmas. You should be able to do them. So let's work on number 21. On 21, we're going to have GX plus S. Okay. And the money is a function of the hour. So money is Y and hours is X, okay? So Bubba Bob has $60. That's his starting number, and his growing number's 10 in it. That's going to, let's put Bubba Bob over here. That's going to turn into 10X plus 60 in it. Okay? Jimmy John has $80. That's his starting number. And he has $8 per hour. That's his growing number. That would turn into 8X plus 80, wouldn't it? Now then, write the two linear functions with money as a function of hours. That's what we just did, okay? Now then, let's look at what these graphs would look like. So I'm just going to draw the first quadrant. The first graph is going to start at 60, and it's just going to go up, right? We're about to write the domain and range of this. The next graph is going to be in the first quadrant also. It won't start at 60, it will start at 80, and it will go up, right? So now then we're going to write down the domain and range of this. So let's use the red one here. The domain is going to go from here to here in it. So our domain will start at 0 and it will go to infinity, won't it? Now then another way you could write this, if you just circle this without the infinity, you could say your domain is x greater than or equal to 0. Does that make sense? The domain is going to be all the numbers greater than 0. That's the same thing as going 0 to infinity. So make sure you can write down both of them. Now then, let's get our range. Our range starts here and goes up, right? The range does not start at 60, does it? So the range will start at 60. It will have a y, and it will go to infinity also, won't it? So the range starts at 60 and goes to infinity. If I circle the part without the infinity, I have this, and that would turn into all of my y's greater than or equal to 60. So you could write those down both ways. Both of those could be on the star. So make sure you need to write it down both ways. Now then, let's get Jimmy John's, right? So Jimmy John's domain will be the same thing. It's going to start at 0 and go to 80, right? Or to infinity. So it's going to start at 0 and go to infinity, which if you just listen to me is going to be all of my x's greater than or equal to 0, right? Either one of those would work. The range is going to start at 80 and go up, right? So my range wouldn't start at 0, it would start at 80. Let me use green ink. It would start at 80 and go all the way to infinity, and I would use a y, wouldn't I? If I circle everything but the infinity, I have y is greater than or equal to 80. And that makes sense because it's going to be all the y's more than 80. You can write them down both ways. Now then, let's keep rocking and rolling. Let's go to 24. These are some of the hardest problems you will have before Christmas, and you're going to have them every week. So you're going to get better at this, okay? We have to use point slope. So we need to know what point slope is, what standard is, what y-intercept is. You've got to be able to know that. Now then, number 24. Let's look at the bottom and write down point slope. Point slope is y minus y1 equals m parentheses x minus x1, right? Standard is ax plus by equals c. Those are all new, aren't they? And point slope, and slope intercept, this is what you did all in junior high. Slope intercept would be y equals mx plus b. Now then, I'm going to do a couple of these for you, and then you're going to do the rest. I'll probably do 3, okay? Okay, so let's look at number 24. Number 24 is easy. I'm just going to set these up in point slope and let you switch them. So right here, the line goes through 20t and has a slope of 3/4 in it. Let's plug that into point slope. So y minus, this is my y, this is my x, this is my y, this is my m. The opposite of 10 is negative 10, equals 3/4 parentheses x minus 20. So hopefully you could go from a point and a slope into point slope. You should be able to do that. Now then, I want this in standard. I'm going to do this one for you. So we need to get rid of the 3/4, don't we? We need to bluebell truck the 4. I'm going to bluebell truck that 4 3 times. You've got to get this down. You're going to have this every week. One of these problems will be on every test between now and Christmas. So make sure you can do this. Now then, I'm going to multiply. So 4y minus 40 equals, the 4's cancel out, and I'm going to bluebell truck that 3, aren't I? So I'll end up with 3x minus 60. So you multiply the y and the 10 by 4, the 3/4 and the 4's cancel out, and I'll bluebell truck the 3. Now then, I want this in standard form, don't I? So I need to move the 3x to the left, don't I? And I need to move that 40 over here, right? So the opposite of minus 40 is plus 40. And now then I'm going to write it out again. So I'm going to have negative 3x plus 4y equals negative 60 plus 40 is negative 20. And since the x is negative, switch all the signs. So my answer will be 3x minus 4y equals 20. This is the hardest thing you're doing before Christmas. So keep working on them. You will get this, okay? Okay, now then on 25 and 26, this is what we're doing this week. I'm just going to give you this slope and the point, and you're going to go on. Okay, let's look at number 26. It's parallel to this line, right? This is the slope. So if my slope is, write down m equals 2, draw an arrow and put a parallel symbol, my new slope will not change, will it? Remember, lines that are parallel have the same slope. Lines that are parallel have the same slope. So this is my m, my point is 5, 12, and this is my x, this is my y. I'm going to plug this into point slope and make it y-intercept form. So let's plug it into point slope. Y minus 12 equals 2 parentheses x minus 5. Now then, switch that to slope-intercept. Y equal mx plus b. You could do this, okay? Let's go to 25. On 25, line C is perpendicular to 2x plus 2, right? This right here is my slope. So put m equals and put 2 over 1. Draw an arrow, and we want a perpendicular slope, don't we? So remember, when we did this on 1, 2, and 3, perpendicular slopes have opposite reciprocals. Perpendicular slopes have opposite reciprocals. So the reciprocal of 2 over 1 is 1 over 2. The opposite of positive is negative. So my new slope will be negative 1 over 2. Box that. My point is 6, negative 1. Put x and y. Now then, all I want is point slope form. So plug it into point slope and that's it. So I'm going to have y plus 1 equals negative 1/2 parentheses x minus 6. That is my answer because they want point slope. That's all I got to do. Now then, let's go down to 20. I'm just going to start one of these for you, and I'll do number 27 because that's what you're going to do up here, okay? So on 27, 28, and 29, you've got to find the slope. So right off the bat, write down m equals. Draw fraction bar minus minus, and on this one we're going to do negative 7 minus negative 1 and negative 3 minus 6. If you punch this in on the calculator, you will not miss it. If you punch this in on the calculator, you will not miss it. Okay, this is going to turn into negative 7 plus 1, which is negative 6. Negative 3 minus 6 is negative 9, and that's going to turn into 2 over 3. Now then, I'm just going to use the first point, and that's going to be my x and y. So this is my m, 6 and negative 1 is my x and y, and now that I'm going to plug it into point slope and switch it. So point slope would be y plus 1 equals 2 over 3 parentheses x minus 6. So the -1 switched to a +1. I dropped the 2/3 and the +6 switched to a -6. Now then I want this in slope-intercept form. So I need to bluebell truck the 3, right? So I'm going to multiply the y plus 1 by 3, and the 3's on the right will cancel out, and I'll bluebell truck the 2. So 3 times y is 3y plus 3 equals, these cross out, and I'm going to bluebell truck my 2. 2x minus 12. Now then, I want slope-intercept form. So the y stays on the left, but this 3 will go to the right. So the opposite of plus 3 is minus 3. So now I have 3y equals 2x. -12 minus 3 is -15. Now then I want the y all by itself, so I'm going to divide by 3. Ho, 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 ho. And I will end up with y equals 2 over 3x minus 5. Piece of cake. Please try to do point slope every single time. You'll get the hang of it, and you'll get used to it, and you'll do better, okay? Let me stop recording. Thank goodness I was recording, because I hate doing this for nothing. Okay. Thank you so much for being here. You are amazing students. Finish this up. Get it turned in by Friday. Please do the star reviews. They are graded every week. If you are not doing this, this will be 5 zeros this 6 weeks, because this 6 weeks is only 5 weeks. Remember, you are amazing. You are created to do wonderful things, and you are awesome.